morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. Today, we are going to do a Dollar Tree makeup haul, but I thought it would be fun to do it try-on style. Let's get some stuff on the face. And they actually had one of my favorite foundations that I'm almost positive has been discontinued. It's the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. That was hands down my favorite. However, if you've ever shopped at the dollar stores for makeup, you know that for complexion products, they typically have horrible shade ranges. So unfortunately, they had no foundation, concealer, or powder that were even remotely close to my shade. So I am gonna go ahead and do, like I said, foundation, concealer, and powder with things that I already have. For a little bit of contour, so I have this one that is the LA Colors Contour Stick in medium. That might be a little on the warm side for what I typically prefer, but let me check. The other thing I got is the Beauty Benefits Contour Duo. This has more of a yellowy toned, what I assume would be a brightening powder on one side. I really dug my finger in there for that one. I don't even know if you can see that. It didn't do a whole lot. The contour powder is really light. Barely see that. I know this makeup is all $1. Everything from here is $1. If you're going to spend $1 buying something, it should be something that you might actually use. We're still spending money on it. So already this little guy is going to be something I do not recommend. I'm going to try, against my better judgment, to use this LA Colors Contour Stick. It's blending fairly easily. I think, again, it's just a bit more on the warm side than I would prefer. If you're somebody who prefers a warmer contour, this is not, so far, a bad option. That's what we're looking like. I might do a little bit. I don't usually do a nose contour, but for science, let's give it a try. It's really nice and creamy. Like I said, it does blend fairly well. It's definitely still leaving some color, some product. It's not just all blending away. We will call that good. For bronzer, I have two options. I have this one, the Beauty Benefits Glow with the Flow bronzer in Paradise Tan. Difficult to get into. It's a beautiful face. There, finally. Okay, this one I'm feeling a little nervous about after my experience with the other Beauty Benefits powder. There we go on that one. It's warmer tone for sure, very shimmery. Does not feel creamy. Got a little something there. Not too much, but a little something. And then the other one I got is the LA Colors Bronzer. Gorgeous Bronze Glow in Sun Goddess, and this is gigantic. It's deeper and a little bit cooler, it looks like, than the Beauty Benefits one. There's that, and then there's that one. This one also looks more shimmery. There's the difference. So this is the LA Colors Bronzer, and then this is the Beauty Benefit one. I'm feeling like I might mix them both together because this one just is so shimmery. Typically prefer a little bit more matte for my bronzer. I'm going to use my Real Techniques setting brush. Clearly I need to clean my brushes. And I'm just gonna go back and forth between the two of them. Let's see what we get. Usually like to just kind of bronze my temples a bit. I would typically go a little bit under here, but since that contour that I used was so warm, I don't feel like I need to do that. I feel like that might be a mistake that I regret. Okay, that's real shiny, real shiny. Holy smokes. To try and get some of that. Oh my god. So far, this is insanely shiny. It enhances every pore and wrinkle in my forehead. It's not really showing up on camera that it's doing that, but in person, oh man. I think that's gonna be it for that one. Not sure how I feel about either one of these. Blush. I thought I wasn't going to be able to find any blush. They didn't seem to have blush anywhere. And then I was digging through a bin where a bunch of things had fallen. And I did find this. It's the LA Colors Velvety Finish Powder Blush. It's in the shade Toast. I was almost assuming I would end up having to get like a bright pink or something like that, which is not gonna be my look I typically gravitate toward. Why is it so hard to get into all of this packaging? It's $1. Finally. Oh my god, this is taped shut. This is the first product I've used that does come with a little brush. I'm not gonna use that. So that's what this looks like. She's glittery. I don't mind a little bit of a shimmer in my blush, but that has little flecks of glitter in it. The color's pretty. I'm gonna go in with my Eco Tools Tapered Blush Brush. Whew, okay. Well, the color's definitely there. There's some color. There's some color there. It's not really coming across as glittery as I thought it would. There's definitely a visible shimmer. All right, I've got a significant amount of blush on my cheeks. Hope you like blush. Eyeshadow. This was the one where I was feeling most overwhelmed. They had the most options for eyeshadow of all the different products available. The first one I got was this little single. It's again the brand Beauty Benefits in the color Electric Copper. Okay, that one wasn't that hard to open. Ooh, that's promising. I'm running out of space. I'm running out of space for swatches. The next one I got 4 eyeshadows. I have high hopes for this, and I blame Manny MUA for that because I watched actually last night his version of this video, and a lot of these products that I got were the same that he had access to at his Dollar Tree. We live in very different places, but this is the LA Colors 3-color eyeshadow in the shade Orchid. I'm not sure where they got Orchid from. These are all brown tones. But in his video, he had a different shade, but this product performed fairly well. So this one comes with a little dual-ended sponge tip applicator, which again, I don't use, but if you're not somebody who has a bunch of makeup brushes, you know, this will do the trick. I was really pleased to see that there were 2 matte shades in here. I'm not getting a ton of color to show up. I'm having to really go in on the mattes. That's what the 2 mattes are looking like. I do like the tones of these. I just wish that there was a bit more color. This was using my finger, so I'm curious to see how this will actually go on with a brush. And then the shimmery, ooh, I did not expect that. I barely touched that shimmery gold color. Oh my god, look at that. I barely swiped my finger. I'm not mad about that. And then the last one I got, again, is LA Colors. There's pretty much LA Colors and Beauty Benefits. Those were the big ones. LA Colors Sunset Break Eyeshadow Palette. So the cool thing about this one is that it does actually have a pretty good sized mirror. The eyeshadow pans are not huge, but let's be real, it takes forever to hit pan on an eyeshadow palette. So this one did not come with an applicator like the others did. I personally would rather have the mirror. Again, there were some matte shades in here, which I like. Try this out to see what we get. Okay, not too bad. I'm gonna try one of the shimmers. I'm really interested in this purple. That's pretty. It's that one there. Okay, this one looks pretty good. I will start out, I usually go in with more of just a skin tone shade all over to sort of set the concealer. So the one that's closest to my skin tone is gonna be this one. I'm gonna go in with a Sephora Professional all over shadow brush. Okay, well this is surprisingly, I'm getting a bit more color on my eye than I got using my finger. Usually it's the other way around. It's definitely powdery. You definitely get kick up in the pan. I would anticipate that. And I don't really mind a shadow giving kick up. Then I think I'm gonna go in my crease. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques base shadow brush, this little guy. And I'm gonna go in with this shade. All right, I got a little something. This is a transition shade anyhow, so I don't need it to be really deep. I just want it to give a little bit of definition to the eye. I think next I'm in this same little palette. I'm going to take this reddish brown shade. I'm gonna start going in outside of my lid with that. Blends fairly well. It's a little bit patchy, but nothing I can't work with. Now I think I'm gonna go in with this little Beauty Benefits single. I think I'm gonna apply this with my finger. I'm going to take this Sonia Kashuk, it's like a little pencil brush. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of this reddish brown color, just a little, and put that on the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go over top of that with just a small amount of that initial color we used in the crease for the transition shade. All right, let me do the other eye and I will be right back. I was really impressed with the swatch of this shimmery tone. It's a gold tone in here, so I want to try that on my inner corner. I'm just gonna try that with my finger. Holy smokes. You're seeing this? Oh, good Lord. Okay, so that is a little bit deeper. Maybe we're gonna put some of that middle of the lid. Okay, we'll do that. That is a very almost oily bronze color. You do not want that on your inner corner. I'm telling you right now. This it's just like a tapered blending brush, and I am just going to kind of run this, sort of blend out any harsh edges there. And then instead of trying to go into my inner corner with that, I'm gonna try maybe this one. Like, it's not quite as deep a shade as that one is. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay, for brows, they did not have a brow pencil or pomade or anything in my shade, so I am just going to use, I'm trying to use this one up. I'm so close. It's my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. This is a really good pencil. I'm a fan. Has a spoolie on one end. I have my brows on. So normally I would use a brow gel, but they did not have a brow gel. The closest thing they had was this e.l.f. Shape and Stay Clear Wax Pencil. So I love e.l.f. However, this is not anything I have ever seen at Target, Ulta, Walmart, CVS, all the places I typically buy e.l.f. And I also don't typically use a brow wax. Like I said, I go for a gel, so I have no idea how this is going to go. It's in the same type of packaging as their lip pencils, not lip liners, but they have like a thicker lip pencil that I do enjoy. Yeah, it's just clear stick of wax. I'm gonna try just heating it up on the back of my hand. She's waxy. And then I guess I'm just gonna run this through my brows. Definitely leaving a kind of a white tone. Can't really see it on camera. Hopefully once I run this through with a spoolie, let it kind of dry and set down, that will go away. No spoolie on that. Nope, just a sharpener on the other end. So I'm just gonna take the spoolie from my brow pencil, kind of brush them up for sort of a mini feathery brow moment. Do you guys like the feathery brow trend? I love it on so many other people, and I'm still just not really sure what I think of it on myself, but it doesn't feel as tacky as I thought it was going to. It's definitely thick when you're putting it on. So we will see. That kind of white cast or tint I was talking about seems to have disappeared. So we'll see if this actually holds my brows in place. Okay, brows are done. So guys, I don't use eyeliner, and I definitely don't use liquid eyeliner, but because it's the internet, I'm gonna try. So this is the LA Colors liquid eyeliner in black. All right, it appears to be a brush tip, a little tiny guy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You can laugh along with me if nothing else. I feel like there's a great debate on the internet about the benefits of brush tip versus felt tip. And as somebody who does not use liquid liner ever, I don't really have an opinion on the matter, but where do you fall? What do you prefer? Okay, so this is looking as good as I thought it would, purely through my own incompetence. I don't know how people do this every day and do that wing and all that. Girl, you fancy. Maybe that should be another goal for me for 2021, learn how to use eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. Okay, so that went on fairly black. The line is, of course, jagged and terrible because of user error. I'm gonna let that dry down and see if it dries to more of a matte finish or if it stays more shiny. I'm nervous about this left eye, you guys. Oh my god, did you see this? Oh my god, this looks like a crime scene. Well, the way you make everything better is to just apply more. How do people do this every day? This is... It's looking real good, guys. I'm doing a great job. Okay, so we're gonna leave it there. We kept adding more. That was not an effective strategy. Never having used a liquid liner before, I don't know that it was the fault of this product. I mean, it's black. This eye feels dry, but it's definitely still shiny. So this eye is so bad. So this is not going to give you like a matte finish eye. We'll see if it kind of flakes off. I got some on my eyelashes, and it's kind of coming off like in little balls. We'll see. We'll just see. Okay, that's over. I don't wear false lashes. They did have some false lashes there. If I were going to ever try a false lash, it would be a really natural looking one. I actually have some of the Ardell magnetic lashes that I want to try out. I might film a video on that. Let me know down below if you would be interested in seeing that. But yeah, the ones they had were just really... And so if that's your thing, definitely check them out. I cannot speak to the quality of those. Highlight. They only had one product, and it was the Beauty Benefits Highlighting Duo. I didn't care for the contour, so I'm not having high hopes for this, but it has two highlighters in it. One that is more pinky toned and one that's more gold. These are glittery. These are glittery. The camera's not picking it up, but it has almost like a slightly purple sort of shift to it. The gold's definitely just straight up gold. Since I don't love either of these colors, you know, let's just mix them together and see how that goes. Apply this just kind of to my cheekbones. Okay, not much is happening. There's not really much happening, which is surprising to me. Particularly now, I'm just going in with the gold. The gold looked much darker when I swatched it. I'm just kind of doing the gold on its own on this side. I mean, you can see a little something. I don't notice much of a difference. Maybe if you have really fair skin, these would show up better for you. I'm not somebody who really cares for a blinding highlight, but these didn't do a whole lot. And if you can see this, it's so powdery. Okay, we are nearing the end. I got some, for mascara, I got some Wet n Wild Enhance and Define Very Black mascara. My eyelashes, folks, they go straight down. Even the best mascaras eyelashes tend to drop after a short while, even when they are heavily curled. I'm trying right now a Wet n Wild Fiber mascara that I'm really liking. I'm just gonna curl my lashes, then I'll be back to apply this. The lashes are curled. Let's see what the wand looks like on this bad boy. Okay, this wand is nothing fancy. You see how far apart those bristles are? I don't know how well that's gonna separate. We'll see. I just need to try it on. Wow, that is not doing much. Not doing much of anything. I mean, it's making my lashes black, but it's definitely not giving me volume. These are not full. You can't even see my lashes. Okay, so that's a no. That's a big no. The last thing I got was this Wet n Wild Mega Slicks Balm Stain. I have never heard of these. I have never seen them anywhere. This one is in the shade Red D or Not. I'm really curious. So it's a balm stain. Obviously with a balm, I would not think about something being particularly long lasting, but with a stain, that's kind of the point. Like as I eat and things like that during the day, if it will leave any tint behind. I really like the more minimal packaging that some of these brands are going with. This one had packaging similar to some of the new e.l.f. stuff. This is a much brighter color than I would ever wear typically, but we will see. Okay, that was really creamy. It was easy to apply. It's really comfortable. It's not sticky or anything. Very bright. Okay, so that is the look we came up with. Very kind of warm, toned, bronzy. Things that were okay. The blush, this was not bad. This contour stick, I also did not hate. I also was pleasantly surprised by this little 6-pan LA Colors palette. I particularly like these tones. I love that there's a mirror. These applied fairly well. They blended out easily. They had decent color payoff. And this was not bad. I don't hate this. Things that... Oh, and this little single. Not mad at that. This one, I'm kind of torn on because I like these smaller palettes. I feel not so overwhelmed with these. This one is a pretty color, definitely. These two, when I swatched them with my finger, it had almost no payout. This one, when I put it on the eye, was much better though. I didn't use this one today, so this one's a maybe. If this one applies decently with a brush, I would recommend this. Again, they had this in more colors. So this one might be worth picking up to give a try. These were terrible. The bronzers were not good. The highlighter was terrible. And this thing is just junk. didn't do anything. The mascara is horrifying. This was probably one of the most disappointing products to me because it's Wet n Wild, and I love Wet n Wild typically. Like I said, I'm trying a mascara of theirs right now that so far I'm really loving. So maybe the other ones were less disappointing because I don't have any experience with those brands, but this just did nothing. This was just comical. This was a good time. I don't own any other liquid liners, so if I'm gonna try and practice, I might keep trying with this one just to see. Like I said, if you're better with liquid liner than I am, you might give this a try. It's only $1, but I don't feel qualified to recommend either way. This brow wax I thought was not too bad, but my brows are already kind of starting to fall. I had sort of combed them up, if you can see, with my spoolie. And for as waxy as this is, I really expected it to hold better, so I think that's gonna be a pass for me. I also did buy 3 products, not 6, 3, that I didn't use today, but I do wanna touch on and talk about. One of them was the Wet n Wild Smoky Liner Brush. I love this line of brushes. They're a couple bucks, like Target or on e.l.f.'s website. Some of them are only 99 cents, but some of the larger ones, like the powder brush and the blush brush, are more expensive, and they had those for only $1. So I highly, highly recommend these. If you see any of these at your dollar store, pick them up. These are really good. And I also got 2 nail polishes. I got a Flower Beauty polish in the shade Berry Begonia, and then I got an LA Colors, this one's for my daughter, don't judge me, Color Craze nail polish in the shade 646. This is just kind of like a fun topper. My daughter loves nail polish, so I thought this would be a fun little surprise for her. Have not used this one yet, but I have used this one. The way this applied was horrifying. That might be a bit dramatic, but it's so thick. Did that thing that a lot of thicker polishes do, I noticed, where it starts to bubble. It took forever to dry. I put it on before I went to bed last night, and super strangely, when I woke up this morning, it was actually chipped on one of my nails. I don't know how you can chip your nails while you're sleeping. Not a fan of that, so I don't think I'll use this on my fingers again. Took it off my fingers, obviously. I'm gonna redo them today with some light lacquer that I love, but I'm gonna keep this because I do love the color and it was fine for my toes. So I think I will just use this on my toes. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave me some comments down below, subscribe, stick around. I've got some more hauls coming, and I hope you guys enjoyed and have a lovely afternoon.